Hey, good evening, traders and developers. I'm Stanton, and welcome to another edition of AlgoTrading Live. Tonight's video, we are going to build a very simple momentum or breakout strategy on the BYBIT MT4 terminal. Now remember, if you guys want to join BYBIT and trade with MT4 or trade automated trading strategies on your favorite cryptocurrencies, there's a link below to join BYBIT, and also there's a link to download the starter template from my website, as well as other information as well. So all the links are down below in the description. All right, so as usual, let's get into it. Okay, so as usual, we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call this, let's just call it BYBIT. Now remember, this is I'm doing this for BYBIT, but you could probably use this on any MT4 terminal, on any sort of index or currency pair or anything like that. But I'm specifically writing these EAs to trade cryptocurrencies. So, but they'll probably work on any other forex pair or index or something like that. All right, so now we're going to call this BYBIT momentum. Okay. And we're going to finish that, and then as usual, we're going to go to the starter template. We're going to copy the whole starter template, copy everything, go to our BYBIT momentum strategy, and we're going to paste it in. Always start off using the starter template. It just takes care of all your regular trading functions and everything else you need. So all we have to worry about really is the trading strategy. This makes life a lot easier, and it takes a lot less time. Okay, so this is going to be a very simple strategy. Basically, it's going to be a momentum strategy. So we're going to look to see if the current bar or the previous bar, previous candle, has broken out above X number of bars before it. So if you say 3-day, so we're going to be doing this in the daily chart. We'll try it like 1 hour or 4 hour as well. So if the daily or the close of the previous candle is above, let's say we say 3 days, is the highest candle in 3 days, then we're going to carry on with that momentum and we're going to enter a long trade. If it's the lowest candle in 3 days, we're going to exit our long trade and we're going to go into a sell trade. And that's it. Very simple. Okay, so we're going to create a area. We just call it entry settings. We just call it that. Don't know, we're only going to have this, so just call it entry settings. And we call this group, let's call this group 3, and we'll call this group 2. And then I just want to see something. I've got the libraries here in look back period. Okay. And we're only going to have one indicator, is the look back period. So we're going to optimize to see what is the best look back period. We'll just set it to 5 for start, and we'll say number of candles to look back. That's it. That's our only input parameter. Alright, let's code our entries first. Okay. So again, I'm not going to explain this to you. I explained it in the other videos. You could see, I think I left the video links in the description about how to create a Bitcoin EA. It's all explained to you how I use the starter template. So we are going to declare 2 variables. I've just wrote out some of the code that we're going to need, so we don't have to write it out, so it just takes a lot quicker. I'll explain the code once I start. Let me close once we start developing it. Okay, so we're going to have 2 input parameters, index high and the index low. Okay, and then we want to instantiate that index. Highlight term frame. I think we're just going to keep it on the current time frame. So we're not going to check it to the period on different time frames. I don't think we need to do that in this EA because it's the only indicator. In fact, it's not even an indicator. We're just using price action to develop this. So And so we've got the highest, so we're finding the highest index for highest close for that period. So if that period is 5 days and the highest close is equal to 1, which is the candle before the current candle, then it means that's the highest. If you look back, if you find the lowest in, let's say, 3 days, and the index is equal to 1, that means that's the lowest in 3 days. Right, so that's that. Now we're just going to get the entry signals. Just take that. I'll explain it to you once I've done it. So we've only got one, so I'm just going to set good buy and good sell over here. So if index low equals 1, so that means the lowest equals 1. In my previous one, I used it as a mean reversion strategy. But this time, I'm going to actually carry on and use it as a momentum. So in my other algos that I used this before, I would say if it's the lowest candle in 3 days, then buy. But I'm going to actually do the opposite here. So if the index low, then good sell, enter. Good sell equals true. The index high, then good buy equals true. Style it up, make it look good. Okay, that's it. That's our entry. That's our entry parameters. That's all we need. Now we need to do our exit strategy. Again, we're going to declare the index high and the index low. Okay, we're going to check the exits. We're going to instantiate index high and index low. Styler. And then essentially what we're going to do now is the opposite of what we did. So if the... I didn't copy it. Copy Control C. Look, I haven't tested the strategy, but I'm just trying it out and see if it will work. I think any sort of momentum trend following strategy is good for, we're going to try this on Bitcoin. I think for, once it starts moving up, it carries on moving up. Once it starts coming down, it carries on going down. I think that's sort of the general rule when it comes to trading cryptocurrency. So I think we're going to stick with that rule. Okay, so if the index low equals mine, then we're going to exit our buy. Remember, these are exit strategies. So now we buy, we do the opposite of what we did in the entry strategy. And then if the index high equals 1, which means it's the highest, then we're going to exit our sell. So we're going to exit our sell, enter our buy. Then we're going to exit our buy, enter the sell. That's sell exit equals true. And that is our EA. We are done. Quick and simple. Now we can start optimizing and testing and see how it does. Let's save, let's compile, see if we've got any errors. Okay. Let's just see. What have I done wrong here? Oh, I didn't put a comma here. Semicolon. Let's just compile it again. And we've got no errors. So it's compiled, it's running. Now let's go to our terminal. And I think we tried on the daily first. We'll run on the daily chart and then we'll try on lower time frames, see if we get any different results. So it should be available. BYBIT momentum. I'm going to do it on Bitcoin. I'm going to use open prices only because as you can see in the code, I'm controlling the bar opening. So I don't never do anything on the current bar. I'll always evaluate the bar before the current bar. So we're going to do optimization. We're going to go expert properties. We'll start with $200 as usual. We're going to use a genetic. Okay, so the risk, let's actually optimize the risk, see what the best risk is. So we're going to start at 1. We're going to go up in 1 and we're not going to risk more than 5. Stop loss, let's start at 5. We'll go up in 5%. Remember, this is in percent of the price. And let's go up to 100%. And we're going to start at 5. We're going to go up in 5 for our take profit. And let's go up to 100% again. So that means Bitcoin's moved from 20 to 40,000. So we could actually take this to 500%, 600% because it has moved quite a bit. But let's just keep it 100 and then we'll re-optimize. Now the number of look-back periods. Okay, so let's start at 5. I don't think... Let's start at 3. Let's start at 3. Go up in 1 and let's go to, let's say, 20. Because that's normally the Dochian channel breakout number. So if you're the highest after 20 days, let's actually go to 25. So if it breaks the high of 20 days, it will continue going. That's sort of the Dochian principle, the Dochian trading channel. And we're going to use our trading hours. We're going to trade 24/7. Right, that is it. Let's go. Let's optimize and see what we get. And start. Let's see if we get anything decent. Like I said, I haven't tried this out before. I mean, we only do 1,200 optimizations. There's some profits. Let's see over here, 191. So let's look at our profit. Okay, so only 29 trades. Okay, drawdown of 31%, which is not bad. Really not bad. Here's 32 trades and drawdown 35%. The look back period is around 23, 24, which is interesting. It's quite high. Well, let's run this back test. Let's run and let's just see what it looks like. I'll put into visual mode and let's start. Let's have a look. Let's see. Okay. So you can see how it follows the trend. Let's see our results, what we're getting. Quite a few losers, so we'll probably have more winners than losers, but our profit on the winners is much more than the losses. So you can see it holds for quite a number of days before it turns around. Okay, so let's have a look at our report. Like I said, we only had 29 trades. Our win ratio is only 31%, which is not great, but in trend following systems, that's normally expected. But you could see the biggest loss trade is $87, and the biggest profit trade is $528. The average profit trade is $238. So I mean, it's like 4-to-1 profit and loss. So you can see there's a lot more losses than profit, but your profit that you make on that is much more, which is generally the case on trend following systems. Okay, so that's not bad results. Let's try on a smaller time frame. Let's see what sort of results we get. Okay, so it's not as good as the daily. And the drawdown's too high. You can see drawdown's too high and the profit's only, well, it's a 400, it's 200% profit, so it's not bad. At least there's a lot more trades. But your drawdown is quite high, which is quite worrying about that. Let's try on the hour chart. Let's see how it works on the hour chart. But I definitely find, what I have been finding is there's so much noise on the daily there's so much noise and volatility inside the daily candles that it's always just better to do it on the daily chart. There's not that noise and there's not that, I mean, there is volatility, it's a crypto asset, but there's not much intraday noise. Let's look at the optimization results, see our profit. And that's not bad. I mean, we're doing 100%. You can see it's taking profit at 5% there. So that's, it's a quick trade. You could up your risk percentage maybe to maybe 5. You know what we can try? Let's actually try something. Well, it's not. It's actually set into 45 and 5. So it's actually better to use a take profit than a stop loss from what it's showing in the, because I mean, it could go 100%, 100%, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. It looks like it's actually exiting the trade, because you could see the profit, well, look, all the take profits here are 5%, 2%. Okay. Let's try it on something else. Let's try it on let's go back to the daily chart and let's try it on Ethereum and see what sort of results we get on that. Okay, let's start that. We're getting some decent results. So let's look. Not as good as Bitcoin. There's more trades though. Nice profit factor here, 2.22, but the drawdown is quite high. See, your stop loss has been, the best results have been set the stop loss to 5%. So it means that you're having a very, very tight stop loss and then you're waiting for the opposite to happen. Let's actually just run this one and let's see how this one goes. Let's run in visual mode. So really not bad results. I mean, we're looking at, on the Bitcoin one, we're looking at, again, about 800% profit. A lot of losses here, but your gains, again, your gains are much more than your losses. When you do hit that gain, you make up for 3 losses. There's a nice big one. Yeah, okay, so that's, get the report. That's about a 400% gain. It's not bad. With the drawdown of, the relative drawdown is 41, so that's quite high. Okay, let's actually try something else. Let's run it on, run it on something that's not as Ripple. It's sort of, let's try see what it runs like on Ripple. You could just try it on all these, I'm not optimizing. So not as good results. And let's try one more. Let's try something. Let's try Matic. A little bit less risky because I mean your drawdown is so low. I mean it's only 10% drawdown and you make $68 profit, so it's about 50% profit. Your drawdown is quite low, and also very few trades. So it looks like Bitcoin's the best to run this sort of like strategy on. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's try one more. Let's try Ethereum Classic. Yeah, not bad. 33% drawdown. Let's run that. Optimization, we're going to run in visual mode. Hitting the stop loss a lot, yeah. Got 3 big winners in a row there. Look at the report. So it's about 300%. No, 250% or so, around there. So it's still really not bad. I want to run Bitcoin one more time. Optimization on Bitcoin. See if we've got any other. And what I'm going to, that's 5. That's fine. Number of days. Let's increase the number of days. Let's do it to 100. See what sort of results I get. I mean, we've got such a low sample size. I think we've only got data from like 2012 or so. But I want to see what sort of results that give. If the higher it makes it any better. But we'll have a lot less trades, I can tell you that. But we might have some better profits. You could really see there are some better profits. So 26 is like the things over. Oh, there's some over 100, but you see, you only get a few trades. So that's not bad. 24 trades, 32% drawdown. Let's run that. No, we're not going to run individual mode. Oh, we can. Just have a watch. It's nice to watch algos working. It's like quite cool, actually. Yeah, Bitcoin definitely the way to go with this. Results. The first couple. So the first one we made like $12. Then we made $200. So we almost doubled our money in one trade. We almost doubled again. It's definitely, it's a long-term hold. I mean, you're holding a couple of days. I mean, you're holding. Let's look at one of the profit ones. You entered on the 10th. It's more than a month later, you close the trade. So you're holding for a long time, but I mean, it's generally what you do with cryptocurrencies. At least you know that it will take the trade for you. You're not going to like miss out on a good trade. All right. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Got some decent profits. We've got some decent results. Let's just have a look at the report. So that's 750% gain. Solo 200. I don't know what the time period is. I think it's from about 2012. But really not bad results. Good. Cool guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button, hit the like button. Please post your comments. I'm always welcome comments. It's nice to have a chat about algo trading. So, hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon. Cheers.